All right, welcome to Inside Whole Wellness, raw, real, unfiltered talk. I am Dasha, co-founder and program director here at Whole Wellness Coaching and Nonprofit. Welcome to Inside Whole Wellness, raw, I can hear real, myself.
So
Unfiltered.
go over to Facebook, mute your Facebook. That's because I love the delay. Well, at least we know we're live. That's good.
Yes, all right. I just put it on mute there. Well, hopefully it's all going right. It's a part of fun. Um,
Absolutely.
So yes, Whole Wellness Coaching, we're a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we're life coaches, having the platform, making coaching for everyone accessible, affordable, and empowering. And today we're meeting one of our board of director members. We really love to introduce ourselves and show you guys that we're real people behind the big mission. And as you're listening, if the story resonates with you and it really speaks to you, know that you can reach out to us at wholewellnesscoaching.org and talk to us. We're always love to hear from you and share what we know with you. So if you're ready, let's jump in. Like I said, today I am chatting with Gwen Peterson. She is a health and wellness coach, and she was a health and wellness coach for over a decade. And also, she's built this impressive Amazon influencer presence with over 3,000 product videos. Wow. And what started as a hustle project turned into partnering with major brands, and now she's mentoring other creators. I'm excited to hear how you, Gwen, made it all happen. So, welcome. So
Thank
thrilled to have you
you.
here.
Yes, well, I'm excited to be here, and I love the nonprofit. Let's start there. I love where this is going. As we've discussed a lot, there are a lot of, as we kind of start, if you want to go to a doctor, you can find doctors and reviews and all that, but health and wellness coaches or coaches in general, you can't easily find them. And so I think this mission to create a platform like that, but also that when it's a nonprofit, there's the give back aspect because I think everybody can benefit from coaching, being coached, yet there's not always the resources for people. So I love that that's part of the mission. So just throwing that out there because like you said, having been a health and wellness coach for over a decade, it's powerful to have a coach and even a business coach or things like that. As I say, when you become a coach to others, it kind of evolves into whatever you're working on at the time, which is right now. I haven't done much health coaching in probably 2 years. Once this Amazon thing kind of took a life of its own, it's really taken a life of its own in my house. So yeah, so it started. I've had the what they call affiliate link for years and years, but I didn't understand. I'm like, well, then I have to make a post and post it in my stories and all of this kind of stuff. And for me, that was a whole other thing that wasn't even products that I would be, and they weren't sending them to me or anything. So I just kind of tabled that. And then in September 2 years ago, I was like, I know people make money doing this. What's the trick? And so through a lot of trial and error, it has turned into this amazing thing that I'm now, like you said, starting to teach other people because I know where I am now. It's really starting to, luckily this is the clean part of my house. There are boxes everywhere. There's a patio furniture. It's literally in my living, like all the things. And it's taken me 2 years to get there, but now knowing what I know, it's not hard to get here. I just made a lot of learning. I say you either learn, what do they say, win or you learn. Well, I've learned a lot over the last 2 years, and now it's really exciting.
Yeah, and also you learn as you keep going, as you keep doing this and all the repairs you've done. I'm just so
Yeah.
excited every time I see your video up. It's like, "Oh, what have you done? Oh my gosh, that's amazing." And it's so empowering as well. So you gave us the snippet of how you got in there. What would be the best keys of someone who's thinking about it, because people stop you, be like, oh, what are you doing exactly? Is that thing real? Like, what is going on? So what are the best takeaways that you got from your 2 year experience being the influencer on Amazon?
Well, the first thing is everyone's like, I would love to get free stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, first, do you post on social media? Because the application process, which is affiliate first, you have to be an affiliate before they allow you to do the videos and influencing. You have to give them a social media platform. It doesn't matter whether it's Pinterest, which I don't even understand Pinterest at all, but they have a list of different social media platforms that you can use to apply for the affiliate part. And so if you're not somebody that consistently posts and you have 100 friends, they won't even look at you, even for the affiliate part. So that's where I tell people, if you wanted to even honestly think about this, you could even go create, like I said, a Pinterest or an Instagram or something like that that none of your friends follow, and you could be taking videos of your cat or the leaves or whatever, because content is king. It doesn't matter what it is. And there's so many tools out there to learn how to build social media, because most people are like, oh, I don't want to post my friends and family, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, well, then great. Go put it on another social media. Just create a new one and just start going to town. And so that's the first thing I would say is, if you're not even posting, you have to figure that part out first before even going into the affiliate portion of it. And then it turns into the influencer part as well. So that's the first real key to it.
All right. And also we see the all the beautiful, polished version on the social media of influencers or bloggers, and we think, oh my gosh, it's so easy. You just turn your camera on and you just roll, you just do it. And you mentioned that this is the clean part of your house. And the rest is like boxes everywhere and stuff everywhere that you're building. So what would you say the biggest challenge being the Amazon influencer, aside from what we already covered?
Well, I would say first, how it works is there are groups where influencers are inside of there, and you can like they list, I need somebody to do a video on this or this or this, and then you say I'm interested, send them your storefront, and then they send it to the seller. I kind of call them brokers, to the seller to see if they want you to do their video. So there's all of that, but the problem is, there's all of those people. So for me, it became spreadsheet haven really quickly. And I'm organized in some areas, but when I didn't have who sent me what and the link to what it was, the amount of time it takes to try to go through Messenger and Instagram, which is where I interact with them a lot, or email, or some of them WhatsApp because their Instagrams get shut down. It's all over the place. And so if you don't have that piece down, everything else is just chaos. So I would say, even if it's on a piece of paper, you don't have to be super tech savvy. You just have to have a way to know who's sending you what. And then at that point, I'd say, I know this sounds crazy, it's the cardboard. And I am recycling like crazy. But we have a couple bin places where you can dump it. Like literally right now, my son's back of his truck, he's not here. So I have his truck crammed full of cardboard boxes. Plus I have a massive box out in my garage of more cardboard boxes. So I obviously give back to the recycling, but managing just the cardboard is a big deal. It sounds weird, but it is. And then it's just the matter of, like you said, it's polished, it's this and that. Well, for me, I found really quickly my bottleneck was the editing of the videos, because you're not, it doesn't work very easily. Like for instance, like sitting right here, I have one of those ice machines for after surgery that you'd put on your shoulder, whatever. Well, I always say, because I have to say an Amazon seller sent this to me and I'm doing a video. And the other thing is, a side note, I have people ask me, well, what if you get something you don't like or that it doesn't work? Well, I won't even do the video on that. Like I did a video last night where the power plug into the thing wouldn't stay. And I'm like, nope. Took that part of my video, chopped it out, sent it to the broker, and I'm like, this doesn't work. Unless this is an abnormal thing, send me another one and we're going to see, right? So that was a piece. And then like this ice machine thing, every single piece of it is in plastic. So then as you're like opening it, like this one's sitting right here. it took me, I'm not going to rip this thing open, but it was just, it's the mechanics of all that, right? But they want the unboxing video. So then, of course, I was last night saying, far infrared. Okay, see, I can't even say it. I'm like, I'm keeping these for bloopers. I'm like, it's a far red light, far infrared panel. And oh my gosh, I'm like, well, it was too late. I shouldn't have been filming. But this is just, it's the wording. So then I bottlenecked, and this was probably a year and a half ago. And somebody goes, well, why don't you go on Fiverr and find somebody to edit your videos? And I was like, okay. And I found this adorable kid. I thought he was an adult, but now he's 18, so I can say that. And so he edits my videos, and he does beautiful work. And he's like, wait, what do you want me to do? And I'm like, plug all the videos together. Like, they sent me this, the time lapse, and the extra part, and just cut out the ands and the ums and my stuttering and all that. And he's like, okay, because he makes flashy, beautiful videos. Like, that's what he really does. So it's been also a really cool thing because it's allowed me to take all that off my plate and do what I do well. I mean, I can edit videos, but that is not my passion at all, especially when it's only just chopping out ands and ums. I'd rather be making sports videos of my kids versus cutting it all out. So yes, there's a lot of mechanics to that. And I really honestly don't, if you were to go to my storefront, I don't always have my hair done. I think this is the first time I've done my hair without it being pulled back in a ponytail in probably 2 months. I do put makeup on most of the time, but like yesterday, I put makeup on at 8 a.m. and then I was filming that red light panel thing at 10 o'clock because I was like, I wanted to get it to my seller, and the makeup was down under my eyes because it's real life. That's what they want, a real video. Where social media, that's a whole different thing, but I don't do a lot on social media at all because that's just, I'm focused on Amazon, and Amazon is horizontal, and it's okay. They gave me this, It's informative. Where social media is a whole different video. So that's why I just haven't branched into bringing a lot of what I do, even though it's super interesting, onto social media because it's this alternate direction. You're talking differently because you wouldn't on Instagram or Facebook do an informative video in that much detail. Where like my video that I did yesterday, and this morning of those face masks that have gone viral. I don't do this very often about products, and they're not paying me to say this, but oh my heavens, my daughter goes, those are viral on TikTok. I'm like, really? Because they're, we all do those weird ones that stick on you, and then it says keep on for 3 or 4 hours, or sleep in it. I'm like, you can't sleep in these things, they fall off. Oh my heavens. So that dang video, because I was going through and like showing all my face because I haven't had Botox in a year, but look, I'm not kidding you. I'm like, that thing is money.
You look amazing. Can you please send me one now? I'm really
so that video is 5 minutes long.
But it's like, who knew there's so many pieces go into it, right? It's like your day, you said that you start at 8 a.m. and you end sometimes at 10 p.m., sometimes past midnight. And it's not just like record and it's like in one go, it's done. And you mentioned that you have somebody helping you with video editing. So do you have a team of people or do you mostly do it alone? How does the process happen?
A really good question. So my children have started to not be my team anymore because they're like, we are done. And so they do stuff. And especially like I sent my son 2 links this morning and I'm like, hey, do you want a $200 dartboard? But it's going to be sent to you at college and you have to do the video if you want it. And then there was a catcher's bag that's the color of his school team and he doesn't need one. So he may say yes, he may say no. And the higher end items, or most, depends on how you're collaborating. Those are, what did they say? In kind. They don't pay you to do the video or anything, but they're a higher ticket item. So if somebody clicked on your video and bought it, then you get a commission. But if they don't click on it, you just got the item for free. So yes, so I have Ayan is his name. He edits the videos. And then my kids sometimes do videos. They've been really good at building things. I'm getting a lot of things to build. And then one of my friends, she has done a whole side piece that I have gotten inducted, wrong word, into this thing called Creator Connections, where certain brands give a higher percentage, and then it's a whole different beast. And she runs that whole thing, gets those sellers to send me stuff, because there's just not enough hours in the day, because I don't do this for fun anymore. I mean, it is fun, but I do it as a career. And so I have now actually, I have over 200 clothing items in my garage. I get 20 clothing items a week. And so what I've started realizing is some of my neighbors are going, well, I would help you build stuff in trade for clothing. Or I have a friend that's like, well, if you need help on the Amazon lives, my daughter's that same size or whatever. So it's turning into teams, because it kind of serves both them and me. They get things that they want, they're having fun, and it just, so yes, it's turning into a team. It's wacky. Yes.
And
So
it sounds like building the community, because when people see what you can do and how creative you are, it is absolutely is inspiring. And what you're teaching your kids, all of the skills, and that piece of, well, necessity is the mother of invention. And when I really struggled with that myself, of that saying that the artist should be hungry to produce beautiful art. But now I'm getting more and more of it working with clients is like, you really, when you're pushed in places that you don't want to be, between a rock and a hard place, you really start becoming creative. Otherwise, it's not a really good like it's existence, but it's not living. And so that creativity is always there, and you're a woman of so many talents, and it's so amazing that you're creating this. This is your job, and at the same time, you are growing your team, you're growing the community of people who are interested in all of this. And I'm curious, if you had a chance to start it all over, what would you do differently?
I would not do 20 heart rate monitors and 30. Oh, I'm exaggerating. Oh my gosh, because I'm thinking of it. The thing that you put like braces and rings in that vibrates. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of it. But I have so many of those, and they're great because I have like Invisalign or whatever, or jewelry that gets gross. But it like vibrates at a high speed. Well, here's the thing is, at first I didn't understand that some of them would pay $10 or $20, some, not all. And especially when you're newer, it's in kind. Well, the problem quickly became, but I didn't know how to get out of it, was, well, if you get heart rate monitors or, all these little things, yes, it's free, but you can't sell it. If you were trying to sell things, they're not big enough priced. So then the other thing I did not understand at all is, okay, if you were to go type in the word heart rate monitor in Amazon, there's probably 100 pages of different heart rate monitors. So what I didn't understand is, yes, I'm getting this $30 heart rate monitor, but then it has 0 sales and 0 reviews. And that's not all of them. But at the beginning, those are the sellers that want to work with you and give you in-kind product, but you're never going to make a dime off of it from Amazon, because it's 20 pages down heart rate monitors. So for somebody to actually click on your video and purchase it, there's no chance. So what it turned into is my one spare bedroom became a hot mess of all these things that were small. I wasn't making the money, and I didn't know how to flip them, because you can't. There's little things. So it's like, okay, a garage sale is like $300. So it was, I would say that was one of my other bottlenecks for a good solid year, is I just didn't understand why I wasn't making the money I should have, because I was like, I have 1,500 videos. Why am I not making much money? Well, it's because it's heart rate monitors, low priced items, but then also the videos were so far down, they weren't clicking. So then, I wasn't making much money. So yes, I was getting some nice clothing, right? But a lot of the clothing was stuff that was not their top sellers either. So it's really been a massive learning curve. It was very, very hard financially learning these lessons, because, it's great that I had 10 heart rate monitors, but that doesn't pay the bills if you just keep, as I say, turning and burning cheap little products that you're not getting a commission off of up front, and you're not going to get a commission from Amazon on the back end because it's just from a seller that's way down too low.
Yeah, wow, all of those pieces. And
Yes.
I'm sure I am really curious. I'm sure our listeners are curious as well. So how do you even start? Like, how do you like? You just go to Amazon and shout out, "Hey, Christmas is coming!" With all the craziness in the world, that I really want to be creative, to get gifts for my family. Like, I maybe not wanting to do it like you do it full time, but what if they're and we talk at Whole Wellness Coaching about needs versus wants, and both are so wonderful, right? But we live in such a time that wants might be something that unreachable for so many of us. So I was like, if I want to make it like as a side hustle or have this wants fulfilled via being an Amazon, well, maybe not an influencer, but like a partner with Amazon in a certain way, how do I even get started?
Great question. So part of the thing that I'm building, I have so many people asking me, Gwen, teach me. Well, it's not that cut and dry. So I'm literally creating a course as I go, because I'm just going, there's so many different pieces. And like you said, one of the first questions for the people that already are posting on social media, the first question is, do you want this just for extras for your family? Because trust me, the things that come up are really cool things, little drones, all makeup, all sorts of crazy things. But you need to know what you want it to be at the beginning, because if you go in like I did going, I need this to cover all my bills, but you don't know, it's going to be a kind of a hardship at the beginning, and a lot of people quit. So I would say the first thing would be you just go straight onto Amazon and apply. And so, like I said, you first have to become the affiliate that just gives you links. And so then you have to make a couple sales. And then that opens a door for you to be able to apply for the influencer part. And then it's like, it's 3 strikes, you're out. Like my whole life is 3 strikes, you're out. So you get 3 tries you have to upload 3 videos to the storefront that you wouldn't know you even had. And then you sit and wait. And it's a 48-hour wait, 72 hours. And then you either get approved and you're a go, or you're denied. And the sad thing is if you go 3 strikes, you're out, you're done, because you're putting all your social media platforms in as the hope to get approved. So if you don't produce decent videos right out of the gate, and you don't have to have your face. It's not about your face. It's just good lighting, good explanation, all of those things. You're done. Like you don't get to try again unless you build a whole nother social media and apply with that. So that's kind of the process. But like I say, there are groups of people where they're like, I just got turned down second time on my videos. These are the videos I posted. What is wrong? And then people are like, well, you have a flare in your background, or you have this or that. And so for me, because I didn't understand it, and I've done health coaching. I did a lot of videos. My YouTube has massive videos. I mean, like I said, the algorithms are awful. I haven't done anything over there I have not done a video on health coaching. Oh my gosh, I think it's probably 2.5 years. Anyway, but the thing is I was like, I just made a video, and then I went back, I posted it, and then I was watching these groups of people getting denied, and I was like, oh my gosh, my videos then I had a flare against the window, all these things that I never had to worry about, because I was, as I say, riffing in my health and wellness coaching. It was just me verbalizing knowledge, where this was aesthetics, kind of just for the approval. So then I was like, okay, I'm in this 72-hour window. I cannot get denied. So I literally went and took everything out from underneath my bathroom sink, went and made sure it was all on Amazon. And then I whipped out 20 videos in one day, edited them, chucked them onto the storefront. So I'm like, if all they have is 3 videos to choose from, I'm going to get denied. But if there's 20 already on there, and they were good videos, I mean, it didn't even matter. They didn't have to be perfect. But if they already see 20 videos, they're like, okay, she's in the run. So I got, of course, approved the first time. So that's the other feedback I tell people. I'm like, when you get to that point, don't load 3 videos. Go load 20. Then they have more to choose from. And anybody that's ever done that, they talk about that in the groups. They've never been denied. But it's work to make 20 videos to hope you're, going to get approved. But there's tricks to it for sure. But that's the step. Go become an affiliate. It's, just I say go to Google first. Go to Google, say how to apply for an Amazon affiliate, and it'll take you right to that page. And then go apply, get your social medias on, and then the next step is the influencer part second.
Yeah. Well, and if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And we get questions about whole wellness. Is like, why nobody created online platform for life coaching because there are platforms for therapy, right? Online. It's like, well, if that was easy, it would be done. Same as
Exactly.
with all of the tools, the workshops, AI, and all of this. It's that perseverance and being driven by the why. And comment below. I want free stuff if you feel inspired and motivated to know more. Because, yeah, it's so interesting. So, what was your why behind starting this? I know that you mentioned that it's fun for you. You love doing this, and I can really feel it that you
Yes.
get so excited that your whole demeanor just you just light up, and it's so amazing to witness. So what was your why that keeps you going?
So why do I keep doing the Amazon part, or what got me to say I'm going all in at the beginning?
I would say both.
Both. Okay, so I'd say at the beginning, I had, this is why I haven't done health coaching in over 2.5 years. In January of 23, I decided to shift gears from health coaching and joined another company. And so I was trying to rebuild income quickly, and it doesn't go that fast when you're starting from scratch. So basically by mid 2023, a divorce started, and then I was trying to figure out what if I was going to keep staying doing the one business I had just been doing for 6 months, or what I was going to do. And what actually triggered it. I always say life gives you clues. You when you are meant to do something, it jumps in your face, or at least for me. And as a side note, this is like a little personal development thing. I always tell people, I'm like, when you're like me, and you're not as much as me. I say ADHD is a superpower if you know how to use it. But the problem with ADHD is we get wild ideas all the time, and we never know if it's like an inspired idea or a wild harebrained idea. And so basically, I always have the three strikes you're out rule, meaning if something comes in your mind, you're like, oh, okay, whatever, fleeting thought. Then if it comes in a second time, pause and take note. But if it comes in a third time, I'm like, okay, that's not coming from me. That's coming from somewhere else. And I've found that even if the thing that triggered me to go do something wasn't the end result, it was what the step was for me to get to the next thing. That's one of my big things. And so, like I said, I had the affiliate thing for probably 5 years. And then they launched this promo in these emails started coming because I always had gotten the emails from Amazon affiliate, and they were doing a thing called this or that videos. And they had a cap at I think 20,000 videos from influencers. And so you had to do a same item, either different brand or same category. So it was, okay, let's say this was a Revlon brush and this was a Maybelline, right? So they were paying, I can't remember, $35 a video if yours got chosen, and you had to do a hashtag this or that and make the video. So I'd be like, okay, this is Maybelline. This is what I like about this one. This is, and so then they were 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and I had not done video. So I wasn't even in the influencer program at that point. And so then that's what kind of triggered me to go for it and see what happened. And then because she literally just crammed out, one of my first videos is my 2 different shark vacuums. And this is what, two years later, I still randomly make commissions on shark vacuums, So it's kind of one of those things that's what catapulted me to really go, I think there's something to this, right? But then again, like I say, it's been, I would say, a solid 1.5 years of me stumbling over myself to figure it out. And so I guess what I'd say is, when people come to if you see my house right now, the reason why this is all discombobulated is because I just built this stand 2 nights ago, right? And so that's there, and I had to move this couch here, but because I literally have what is it? 6-chair patio set here because I had to move stuff. I have boxes right there, right over there. After we're done, my project today is building a kitchen nook, like the square thing with the table. I'm like, oh my heavens. So it's funny because sometimes I come home to massive boxes on the front porch and everyone's like, oh my gosh, that must be so fun. I'm like, yeah, but it's work, so it is fun. And then like I say, I get that face mask thing and I'm like, holy cow, this is really, really great. So I guess I'd say what I love about it is different every day. You get to choose what you want it to be, whether it's just things for your family or a little extra income or go all in and, learn the ropes and figure it out. So that's why I love it. And I'll tell you the other real big reason why I love it. Are you listening? And people that know me will be shocked at this. So as everybody that really knows me in real life knows that I have had massive teams of people, big circle of people, coaching, all of those kind of things. And as I was shifting businesses and marriage and all of those kind of things, it became interesting that I turned inward and I was like, okay, I need to figure life and family and all of that stuff out. And so with that, it became the coaching people and having to, and I say having to, in order to coach people, you get to step into their world and listen and connect with them. And I just didn't have the bandwidth. That's the words I kept using. I do not have the bandwidth. And so people kept going, but if you need money, you should come join my business. And I'm like, you mean join your business to make you money? And then they'd go, well, you just have to post links. And I'm like, You post a link and then somebody says, well, tell me about your product. And then if you're a good salesperson, you listen to what they need to then figure out how to tell them if your product is a fit or not. And I didn't have the bandwidth. And so that's the thing for me is what Amazon influencing has given me is the ability to create my own schedule and not have to deal with people. I know that sounds crazy, but like I only have I have a married daughter. I have a son playing baseball in college. I have a kid that's a year and a half away from graduating. Like these are the times that we don't have much time left. And when I was health coaching, I was on Zoom or the phone 10 to 12 hours a day. Was I making money? I was, but the business ran me. Now, and so that's what I would say is I never talk to the brokers. It's all messages. And so it's just kind of, if I'm having a day, I don't have to film. If I'm having a day, I don't have to respond to the messages in Messenger. I mean, you can't do that for very long. You need money and they're going to stop working with you. But so that's what I'd say why I have really loved it, because I can either work 20 hours a day building crazy furniture and, all of that kind of stuff, or I can make it this. It just depends. So, but if you go out of town at my level, you end up having 43 boxes in your front room and 25 clothing items to film. So it's just this crazy thing. So that's how I got started going, I'm going to go all in, because I knew there was a trick. It just took me a long time to figure it out, I guess I'd say.
Yeah. That's, again, I keep saying empowering and inspiring the way you do what you do. And I'm curious. I think I figured out your secret, but I want you to say it and then I will share what I think it is. What is your secret balance in it all? The kids, the work, and by the way, side note, you have been a health coach on the back end for whole wellness coaching because we have AI for weight loss. That is a 24/7 help available, and there are a lot of health tips, and you've been a big help to it. So I would say you're still a coach in a different capacity.
I can't
yes.
help myself. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So going back, what is your secret balancing it all?
I would say it changes depending on what's going on in life. I would say first and foremost, I go to a comment that my mom always used to say. I'm gonna cry. You're only as happy as your least happiest child. As a mother, it's the truth. And so that's the thing is do I let the teenage hormones and drama of life control me? No. But at the end of the day, I feel like there were a lot of years that I was focusing on money and I lost years of my kids' lives, right? And so ultimately it's balancing it all. And when one of the kids comes and talks, it's putting the phone down and just balancing it all. And so one of the things that I've really started to get really intentional on is I can let the boxes control me or things like that, but it's like, okay, I get to get back to the basics. It's sitting down and doing a thing that I used to call miracle. It's called Miracle Morning. It's one of the most powerful books, I would say, where it breaks down your morning to set you up for success. I wasn't doing that. I was literally in bed going through all the messages that the sellers or the brokers had sent me and my spreadsheets. So it's not, it's really taking time to set your morning up. And even if it's getting up 20 minutes earlier to just journal and read some personal development or scripture or anything like that, it's super powerful to do that. And then it's a matter of, gauging what is the most important and being not organized, because I mean, trust me, I'm not organized, but I would say it's just figuring out what you want and going after it. And then if it's not working, don't force it to work. Like that's the thing is with the Amazon thing, my it was working-ish, for quite a while, but it's funny because in my health coaching world, and I don't think you even know this about me, I have logo clothing. I don't even know if it's on a website, and my logo was "Just Don't Quit." And so I was actually wearing the sweatshirt the other day thinking, okay, and now it goes two ways. Well, I quit working for a company. I quit, but it's quitting things that are not working for you. And everything has a time or a season. And so my thing is if you're trying to make big decisions, you get to be very intentional, quieting your mind and all of that to determine if it's just, I'm overwhelmed, I want to quit, blah, 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 blah. But then really getting the promptings or whatever to know if you're really supposed to quit or you keep going with something. And so that's something that I would say really has been a driver for me is the feeling the energy or emotions around things and then really figuring out how to separate. Is it just me wanting to sit on the couch and stare at or watch NCIS for 2 hours, or you know what I mean? Like something like that. I think that's what I'd say is it's really, and in our house, we always say what will be, will be. And while everybody would love to control the outcome of things, I always say, don't focus on tomorrow because you cannot control what happens tomorrow. And even if you worry all day about it, the outcome's going to be different than what you've gone haywire all day about. So that's the thing is I constantly am saying to people, why are you worrying about that? You have no control over it. So you're going to give yourself a heart attack over something that may never even happen. Let it go. Focus on today. Focus on the task at hand. Focus on your family. And everything all works out the way it's supposed to anyway. That's my philosophy on life. Take it or leave it. Yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's a very again, empowering. That's the word of the day. All right, comment. What is your word of the day? Because mine definitely is empowering. Um, just be outside of that victim mentality and being in the empowerment triangle. And by the way, if you're interested in what that is, join us at Whole Wellness Coaching because we talk about it a lot. Um, from my perspective, you're really good at resource distribution. You're really good at managing your own resources, and then if you don't have something, you're so open to go and ask for what you need. Again, like being very resourceful, very resilient, no matter what life throws at you, having all of these tools and skills, and knowing what to apply, when to apply, and being intentional and mindful about it. And I know it's like a lot of buzzwords, but those are not just buzzwords for us. Here, this is the way of life. This is the mindset, and this is the whole wellness living, and that's what we breathe
Right.
every day. And
Mhm.
it's just such a wonderful journey and such an honor having you here today sharing what your life is about,
Thank
because
you.
I personally always love hearing other people's stories and what drives you in life and learning. There are so many different lives out there. There's so many different mindsets out there. And maybe I can try this, maybe I can try that, and just not being afraid of trying something new. And if something doesn't work, just don't keep trying doing that same thing. Just do something different and get the different results.
Right.
And I would say it's a wrap for today. And I really want to thank you for spending time with me and Whole Wellness Coaching today. And it was real conversation, real connection, and real change. That's what we're about. And trust me, we walk the talk. We go through this ups and downs, and we apply the same, very same tools and very same principles that we share with everybody. And they're like tried and true things. And if anything that you heard today resonated with you, please, please, let's stay in touch. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you would like coaching for yourself, or if you would like to support what we've been building here at Whole Wellness Coaching. And if you would like to talk to Gwen, because we all love sharing our knowledge. We're all educators here at Whole Wellness Coaching, and we're absolutely thrilled when people ask us questions. And you can find us at wholewellness-coaching.org or here on Facebook. Um, that's all good things that we have for you in store. And we make coaching for everyone accessible, affordable, and again, the word of the day, empowering.
Exactly. And one last thing I'll say, because I have a feeling somebody needs to hear this, is um, my son said to me once, he goes, "Do you ever think you can't do something?" And I'm like, no, I know I can do something. I might not do it right, but there are so many resources, like you said, resource allocation, that you can go research anything that you want. Now, can I do everything? Physically, no. I don't have strength the way somebody else might, but I figure there's nothing beyond reach. You just have to learn it, and you're going to do it wrong. But like I say, I have laid over $2,000 worth of LVP flooring. I'm about to learn how to do corner molds for like baseboards. Again, do I know how? No. But then I watch a bunch of videos, I try it, I make mistakes, and failure teaches. And so there's nothing out of reach. You just have to keep trying. And then you'll know if it's something that you love to do or something you've figured out, but you do not love doing it. So nothing's out of reach, in my opinion.
Yes. Ah, so beautiful. Perfect note to end our live. And thank you again for being a part of Whole Wellness Coaching. You've been a tremendous help and amazing inspiration for
Thank
many of
you.
us. And we'll see you soon.
Thanks for having me. I love being part of this organization.